This is the Easy Bath Podcast. And now, here's your host, Mitch Clay.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Easy Bath Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. Today, subject is going to be big bathroom remodels. Jobs that we tore everything down to the studs and just reworked the entire area. We made some pretty significant changes. We're going to see some pretty awesome transformations. And but before we get to that, let me introduce to you our host. I got Cliff here to my left. I got Ben, and then Zach. And first thing we're going to start off with, guys, is let's just talk about one thing positive that happened to us last week. And I'm going to say what happened to me last week that was pretty cool is we actually got an email from a customer. We did 2 bathroom projects for him. And one project that he had done was from a general contractor that screwed him over. Basically went in and put a shower in, it leaked a couple months later, and then he never heard back from the guy. And so he then hired us to do his master. We proved himself to us with his master, and then he brought us back to do his guest bathroom. So he was very appreciative of everything, and he wrote us a really cool review in the BBB. But then the BBB flagged his review because he put I guess a name down or something like that. So then he emailed us and said, "Hey, I just want you to know I tried to put a review for you at BBB. They still approved it, but they blacked out the name." And he's like, but they blacked out this one name. So I thought it was just really cool. It really helps a small business whenever customers can go and, just write those reviews for us, because it just means the world for us. We read them and we just truly appreciate them.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
The shower we tore out, what was that shower made out of? What materials did they use?
Yeah, it was tile. And what was crazy is the typical tile mud pan. They didn't use any kind of, but it was just done wrong. Because there's a lot of guys that do tile. There's very few that do it correct, and unfortunately, this guy was one of the few that doesn't do it right. Even what was weird, it had one of those the linear drains, and but they didn't even use a true linear drain. They just created it with mud. I'm like, what is this? And that's where it was leaking. It was leaking from the drain. And it just tore up his bathroom. But yeah.
So they just formed, with the mud and the tile, they formed the linear shape out of it?
Yeah.
While we're on linear drains, just so everybody knows, everybody thinks that long, so what we're talking about when we're talking about a linear drain is, instead of it being like an oval, kind of the typical drain, it's a long, what would you call it, like a strip.
Yeah, strip, pretty much.
But it all funnels down into a circle, so it's not like all that's dropping down there. So a lot of times when I explain to people about those and the potential problems with them, they're like, "Oh, I thought it was okay. Well, no, never mind. I don't really want that."
Yeah, and it's the thing. It really is. It just goes right to the 2-inch drain, and a lot of times you can offset it. That's one cool thing about them, is that you can offset where the circular drain goes. But yeah, it's like a trough, right? That's pretty much what it is. It's a trough. But yeah, that was kind of me. How about you, Cliff? Anything happened to you last week that was positive?
Well, I was just thinking about, when you had used the word inspirational, and my whole deal is, I've been doing this for a long time, and I love going out and talking to people. I'm kind of a people person. And I just had several customers last week that, I got their business and we're redoing their bathroom, but it was just such a pleasure just to meet them, people that were interesting and, just super nice that, spent a lot of time talking about things besides bathroom remodeling with them. And I just always find that inspirational. That's why, I always say I love my job. I never wake up in the morning and go, maybe every once in a while. Hardly ever wake up in the morning and go, oh, damn, I got to go to work today. It just feels, a Friday running appointments doesn't feel a whole lot different than a Sunday when I'm, say, at a family function or whatever. It's just so enjoyable. That's I feel very, so the reason why I say it's inspirational, I feel very fortunate that's the situation.
Yeah,
got a lot of friends that dread going to work every day. Can't wait to get their time in and retire. And I'm more worried about getting old and not being able to retire. Having to work and
forced to retire
and being forced into retirement. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, and actually, I think a lot of times we all take that for granted. You know what I mean? Because I remember when I was out running appointments, I used to love just meeting new people and just learning from them. I mean, everyone has like different hobbies. Everyone has different, different things that they do for work, and their professions are different. And I know a lot about a lot of things now because of what we do. Just going out and meeting people, talking to them, figuring out what they do, the intricacies of how they do it. I think that's always been a big reason as to why I am who I am today. Like, I was an idiot. Like, when I was like in my 20s, I was a moron. Then I got into this industry, and I sharpened up real quick. And I think I have all the people I met in my life to thank for that.
Well, thanks, Mitch. That's a much more articulate version of what I was trying to say.
No problem. Anytime.
You gave some clarification to what I was trying to talk about.
How about you, Ben?
Well, I had a good learning experience from the customers that, as I said, they create a good balance between the type of remodeling they want and the price, because these are two main important factors to give them that value that they're looking for. So they want to perceive the right value by creating a balance between these two, and by giving themselves enough time to find out what are the details of the remodeling project. And then, of course, based on that, they will come to a conclusion that what is the true value of that remodeling project. And that's a good learning experience for me.
Yeah, that's cool.
And we always get to a positive result.
That's awesome, man. All right. And how about you, Zach?
I had a good experience yesterday. I went to the beach, Galveston, and I was on the beach, and a customer texted me. He was actually asking some questions about his financing. This is already a customer. That's just who I am to answer. And I answered and went back and forth a little bit and answered his questions. And in the end, since we already did his job, he was super grateful for everything we did and all the just answering text messages. We probably have like 50 text messages back and forth throughout the whole process. And in the end, he's just really, really thankful. And I was just like, that's awesome that how we have great customer service. And before I even started working here, I didn't even have any of that experience. So it kind of opens me up personally, and I just really enjoy it now.
That's awesome, man. What part of Galveston were you at?
I kind of just felt it out and went where
saw.
in the moment, it's just in the present, just went wherever wherever had the less people.
I saw your
awesome.
I saw your picture on the beach. By the way, thanks for sending that in the middle of me doing two SketchUps to get turned in by this morning. And I'm like, man, I'd rather be with Zach right now at the beach. But
yeah, the spot actually had like really cheap chair rentals and an umbrella, so I felt like I could actually just work right there and do.
That's super cool.
You're on East Beach, I guess. Probably.
I guess so. Yeah. I was like, hey, I could pull out my laptop and just start doing some work.
I love Galveston. I love going out, and the people there are like so cool. You know what I mean? Like it's they're so relaxed and just they're very like chill people.
I think everyone forgets what they do for a living when they go to the beach. They're living in the present. They don't have to worry about anything. There's just something about the beach. I don't know if it's the grounding in the sand where you feel that energy, or it just does something to people. Nobody was on their phone there. That was just pretty amazing. I was the only one.
I'm totally with you in that. When we went to the beach, I felt the same way. Like even I wasn't even on my phone. Maybe it's the sand and the water. You don't want to like get your phone damaged or whatever. But you're right. I mean, it's definitely it's an experience going there, and it's very relaxing. So I just hate the aftermath where you have to go because you feel that like slime on you.
The sand.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the projects that we completed. And again, today is all about big bathroom remodels. So there's going to be a lot of details, a lot of little intricacies that we're going to cover. We may miss some details because they're pretty big jobs. And you guys may not remember all the little details that we did. So totally understandable. Not a big deal. But let's jump right into it. So Ben, we're going to start off with your job. I think this is the biggest job, so I wanted to kick it off first. So go ahead and do me a favor and just walk me through this before picture and tell me what they want to have done in this bathroom.
So this homeowner, they wanted to do two remodeling, one in the master bathroom on the first floor, and the other one was in the guest bathroom upstairs.
Okay.
So this picture that we're looking at. This is the master bathroom, and the homeowner, especially the lady, was frustrated with the small walk-in shower, and then she didn't have any use for the tub, and she basically hated everything about this bathroom. She hated the ceiling, the flooring, the cabinets, and she wanted to change everything. And I brought to her attention that this is going to be a very comprehensive job. I mean, removing all the ceiling, all the wood ceiling, the flooring, and then she said, "No, just let's go through it." So it was a good number of hours that we spent together, but they really wanted to get it done. So they sat down with me and they went through every single choosing of colors, material, fixtures, features, whatever they wanted. As you can see, we had to demolish the whole bathroom into an open box, from ceiling to the ground.
That's crazy. Is it?
Yeah.
You go from this.
Yeah. We had
this.
we had to
Or from this to this right here.
dedicate. For the toilet area, we had to build a closet. We had to enlarge the shower, and that tub had to be gone. You know what I'm saying? So the tub had to be gone. And then all the cabinets had to be removed, and then meters, everything, walls, everything. So as you can see, there were a lot of plumbing in the ceiling, on the wall, and a lot of demolition of the walls, building new walls, a lot of drain work, a lot of plumbing work, also a lot of self-leveling on the floor. And as you can see right there, so
let's walk through the design real quick. So, go ahead and walk me through this design. So we saw the before pictures, we saw the demolition.
Okay.
Let's see about the actual design.
Actually, this shower that you see here now, it's where the tub was on the right side and where the small shower was on the left side. Okay. So we removed the tub and we enlarged the shower. We made it a huge shower. And of course, with two shower heads, two valves, two different caddies, one corner tower of 36-inch, one recessed caddy, a structural bench. On the right side, that's where the toilet was. So we built a complete wall to give a total privacy to the toilet, because before we only had a short pony wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So they wanted a privacy for the toilet. And then on the left end, there was a useless space. We converted to a closet because she needed a storage area. So
sorry. Yeah, so this space over here.
Yeah. We put the shelves inside. We built a closet for her, and then we did all the flooring. And as you can see, new cabinets. You know what I'm saying? So we had to put new cabinets, new vanity tubs, and then again there was another cabinet on the top of the vanity tub. And then we customer supplied mirrors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was a total remodel, including the ceiling. So we had to sheetrock, tape and float, and eventually at the end paint and all that. They just wanted a new bathroom, completely new bathroom. She hated what she had.
Gotcha.
And that's what we gave her, and she was super happy. Of course, upstairs it was a small bathroom. And she gave us a good 5-star review, and I don't know if she's gonna have any more relatives to refer to us, but she was super happy.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and dive into some of the construction work here, and you guys can jump in too if you want. So yeah, we also had to do a new vent fan. We had to put in a new vent pipe as well due to the
drain movement.
Yeah, the drain move.
Explain what a vent pipe is for people that don't.
Yeah, sure. So basically, the vent pipe is made so that the shower can drain properly. So it provides air. It provides air to the drain, so you don't get that gurgling sound or backup or air blockage. It's the same thing. Like if you were to take like a gas can and try to, or like say try to empty it out, or a gallon of water, and you're trying to empty it out and you hear the gunk, 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 gunk. But if you put a hole in the bottom of it and do it, it would just be a smooth flow.
Yeah, I thought the gas can analogy was perfect because, when you're using a gas can to fill your lawnmower up or something like that, you got the spout that the gas comes out, and then you got the little what would you call that?
breather. Yeah, a little
The
breather.
little vent, where you got to pop that top off. If you
Yes.
don't pop that top off, the gas doesn't flow out of the gas can properly. But you pop that up, air going in makes the gasoline.
It's the same.
Now, it's the same principle with this.
Another thing that does that too is laundry detergent. The big laundry detergents. There's a little cap on the top, and then and then you push on it, and then you won't get the glunk. So it actually creates a much smoother flow for laundry detergent. So
Yes.
anyway, same concept, just applied in a different way.
And do toilets have vent pipes as well?
Yeah, toilets. Yes. So anything that drains in a home will have a vent pipe. Toilets have a little bit bigger of a vent pipe. So depending on how many things are tied to it, determines the size of the vent. And then the vents go through the roof. That's why when you look at roofs, you'll see vent stacks. So yeah, and there's things called dry vents, and there are things called wet vents. What that means is that it does the drain, like if it's upstairs, does the drain down into the vent. Usually wet vents are not recommended anymore. I think they're against code at this point. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. And so dry vents are the preferred option.
This also shows the fact that whenever we're doing any repiping, getting rid of old stuff and putting new in, that we use the PEX pipe, which is all the new houses are built using PEX pipe. No more PVC on that stuff.
Yeah, and PEX A too. So not PEX B.
Yeah.
Yep. So the difference between PEX A and PEX B is the crimp PEX, which is a crimping option to secure the fittings. And then PEX A is code expansion, which involves a ring that attaches to the end of the pipe. You expand it, and then it has memory, and then it compresses on the fitting. Compresses onto the fitting that way. So code expansion or crimp is also another way that guys use the terminology for it.
Or you could just say, we use the good stuff.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then, you can see it all here too, how we had a vent. We created a new exhaust fan for them. This is an exhaust fan that we did, we had to run outside the home. Crazy thing about Houston is a lot of times exhaust fans do not vent outside the house. We've seen many exhaust fans here where they're actually just go right into the attic, or they go right into nowhere.
I actually encountered that last week. So he had a guest room with like a bed and everything in it, like someone was living in there, and there's a door right next to it that leads to the attic. And as soon as he opened that door, it was the pipe from the vent downstairs.
Oh man.
So the fumes are probably going into that bedroom.
Yeah, and that condensation and all of that. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know why they get it. It happens all the time. It's really sad, and that's why like people go, oh, it's not really. I don't really feel like it's doing anything. Well, yeah, it's not set up properly. While we're on the topic of vents too, a real quick reminder for everyone out there to clean your vent for your dryer at least once a season. If you don't, it can cause a house fire. That's the most common cause for house fires. And the reason I'm saying it, because I didn't clean mine for years and I almost caused a house fire. And so make sure you clean your fan, your vent for your dryer. So, and I'm not talking about the little vent, the lint catcher. I'm talking about the actual vent that goes outside the home. Take a blower to it and blow it out.
I saw another video about that exact topic, and they came out to service it, and he was like, my vent is gurgling. So I guess it made like a kind of like a dip a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's water in it, and he had to get the blower system and hook it up, and it blew out like 2 gallons of water from it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was crazy when I blew out mine, there was a bird nest in there.
Yeah,
I was like, how did birds get in here?
You'll find some stuff.
It was like nuts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then here's the vent that we did outside. Very common setup that you see. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. And then this is the new drain that we had to put in. That's the vent. Right here is the new vent that we had to put in, connected to the new drain. So yeah, a lot of work. A lot of work. Then we floated in with the cement. Then we put on all the new sheetrock, tape and floated that you guys see all there.
And there are two vents up there.
Yeah. And then after we did all of that, this part's really cool. I love seeing these pictures. The self-leveling compound. It looks like glass. Like
What is it made out of? I got that question last week, and I didn't know how to answer it because I don't know which one we use, but
it's literally just called self-level. I can't remember. Actually, I don't even know who makes it, to be honest. I don't know if it's Versabond or someone else.
Is it like just
it might be Latacrete.
like a concrete slurry kind of consistency?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely like a watered down concrete, pretty much, and it just. You can't do it too thick. That's the thing about self-level. Some people will try to self-level like inches, and you can't do that. I think the max, and again, don't quote me on this. We always kind of go by the directions, but I believe the max is like 3/4 of an inch that you can do.
And how long it takes to get dried fully before you?
They say it takes 4 hours, but it honestly it really depends on the humidity. So really, we try to do this at the end of the day because we know that
the next day. So you get good 12 hours.
Yeah, good 12 hours. Yeah, because the Houston climate's very humid.
Yeah.
So it's very. We try to give more time for curing for these kind of things.
Just because of that, there is no one-day job.
Correct. Yeah, you're right, Ben.
Even with a small shower.
Yeah, even with the small shower. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't realize, but even like every shower base really should be leveled prior to installing the shower pan. Yeah. So if you have to self-level a shower pan, you're not getting that done in a day. Maybe if you're like second story and it's on plywood, that's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, in Houston on first floors with master bathrooms and guest bathrooms being on the first floor with the foundation, you're not going to be doing a one-day job in those.
And I'll bring up for all those out there that are watching this, if you watch the TV commercials, the supposed one-day bathroom remodels, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are saying your bathroom done in as little as 1 day. So they're not guaranteeing it 1 day. They've kind of got an out clause on that.
That's
right
true.
there.
Yeah, they do.
And then the ones that do guarantee 1 day, well, it just doesn't turn out very well. Look at those companies' BBB ratings. You can always tell which ones are the guaranteed 1 day rating.
Yeah.
So,
is it possible to do it in a day? Yeah, it's possible. To me, is it beneficial? No. And the reason why is, it's hard work. Like when you look at these jobs and you start to realize like how much work is involved in doing it. I mean, even the demo is exhausting, right? I mean, and especially in the Houston heat, like you're sweating bullets, you're not eating, you're dehydrated. By the time 12, 14 hours goes into the day, and then you're doing your finishing work. At the very end of the day, you're now doing one of the most crucial and important parts to a good-looking job, which is the silicone work. And yeah, you're tired. So like that's when you're going to be your most, like your mind is just not there. So
I talked to this one woman who we did a bathroom for her, but she had one previously done, and it was a company that did do it in 1 day. And she kind of informed me, she said, they said 1 day, but they didn't tell me they were going to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning. And when they were finished, they were walking out of my house at 11:45 that night. I would have rather them had done it like in 2 or 3 days under reasonable hours. And the reason why she called us is that the reason why I thought about this is the finish out work. It just wasn't right. And I think that's why, is because like you say, how do you expect someone to, do their best craftsmanship, on top of a 10-hour grueling day. And then the last 2 hours are what really matters, and it's bad timing.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've been out there with these guys all day long on jobs before, and I'm not even doing the work. I'm just watching them do it. I'm like, man, no way. No way we can do this all like in 14 hours.
I would say the best way a customer could probably relate to a builder is at the gym doing cardio. Think of doing cardio for hours and hours and hours. And if it can be done in a day, there's a saying for it. If it can be done in a day, stay away. But is it possible to do it in a day? Yes, but we're human and we can fatigue and things won't get done right. We might get brain fog after 7 hours in and might miss a screw, might miss silicone, might miss a couple of things. That's why we don't want to do it in a day. We want to take our time and make sure it's quality.
Yeah, man.
Well, the installers have good incentive to get that done as fast as possible. But one of the things I always tell my customers, you'll never hear an installer get a phone call saying, this job's supposed to be finished Thursday. Get it finished no matter what. We've got to get that job finished by Thursday. They may get a phone call saying, can you tell me why it's going to go into Friday when we predicted it would be Thursday?
Right.
And then they give the explanation. You go, okay, fine. As long as you took care of that, I don't mind that you go an extra half a day, because the bottom line is what the end result is, not the speed of the project. But they've got good incentives to get done as soon as possible. And you know what that incentive is? They make more money if they do a bathroom in 3 days versus 4 days, meaning they get assigned a new bathroom on that 4th day instead of waiting till the 5th day to get the new bathroom. That makes sense?
It makes total sense. Yeah. So and that's just it, right? And that's the same thing, the same philosophy with that whole concept is they make more money. The more bathrooms they push out, the more money that comes in, right? But yeah, I mean, I always say, I mean, I grew up on the on the term, haste makes waste. You know what I mean? It's I follow that. I think that's very true. When you start rushing into something, you don't put a whole lot of thought into it, and then it just becomes a disaster.
It's 100 degrees out as well. Our walls they're not prefabbed and just put them on the walls. They have to be custom cut outside.
Right.
So they're working outside most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Well.
No, it's grueling. You know what I mean? It is. It's tough work. So we did the self-level bend, and we did the put the shower pan there. So just like the drawing, we got that drain picture we talked about last week. Again, we always take a picture of the drain with the compression ring compressed, and the gasket, showing the gasket and the compression ring. Again, one of the most common mistakes that people make is not it's a very common mistake, because what people will do is when they move the drain, they won't move the drain to the center of the hole of the shower pan. So what do I mean by that? If you don't move the drain to the exact center of the shower pan, it's going to be like offset to the side. And sometimes you can move it, but sometimes you can't. And if it's too compressed to the side, you can't fit your gasket inside. Yeah. Because you can't move the drain to fit the gasket. So what do people do? They just load it up with silicone. I just see a ton of silicone just wrapped around it. No gasket inside, no compressed gasket inside. That is just a registry for disaster. And that's why we require this picture. That's why this picture is so important and crucial. And then that compression ring compresses a gasket, and just like screwing a bottle cap, you're tightening that compression, and you're making sure that no leak can happen. So, very cool stuff. Then we built the architectural bench, very sturdy, probably would hold more than 500 pounds. Our guys will step on this, test it out, jump up and down on it, make sure that it can hold whatever activities go on there. So, so it's pretty cool stuff. People like this look over a lot of times the floating benches. I like it too. I think it's more uniform when we do the architectural benches over the floating seats. It fits the shower better. Like when it comes right here, comes down and goes right down into this threshold. It goes like that. Yeah. That's a really nice look. And I'll get to how that finished out too. Then after that, we did the flooring. You can kind of see where you got all the walls done in place. After the flooring and everything goes in, then we do the cabinets. This was an awesome cabinet design, by the way. I really thought this came out super nice. A ton of storage.
Yeah, a lot of drawers.
Yeah, they got a lot of drawers, a lot of doors. The cabinet on top came in afterwards. That looks awesome.
It was a double sink.
Is that like 7 feet plus?
Yeah, it was a big. Well, let's see how big it was.
More than that.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
9 to 10 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big. Yeah, that was a big area. It was 112, almost 12 feet.
Wow.
Yes, almost 12 feet of cabinet,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Yeah.
40 something inches.
142. Yeah.
It was made of 1, 2, 3, I think 4 pieces. I think.
Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I had
cabinets.
the right. This was a right. That was a left, and then we had these 3 in the middle. Or
You know, the first thing I noticed, like Mitch said, the design was great. I was thinking the same thing, Ben, because what you're able to do is put the 3 drawers on the outside of each sink cabinet.
Yeah.
You know, remember, people, this is where all your plumbing,
Yeah.
your P-trap and your supply lines and everything. And like if you have a 6 or 7 foot vanity, you really don't have enough room except to push that sink further out. I love where someone can be standing in front of this vanity, you know, the sink, and they got cabinets on the right and cabinets on the left, and it's both sides. And then if it's a husband and wife, of course, the wife uses like 4 out of the 5 of them, and the husband uses the other one, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. But
Yeah, very nice, very good design.
Yeah, I really liked it too. And then
The coolest thing about the cabinets, when I first found out that we did cabinets, I was like looking at the cabinet samples. I'm like, cherry, oak, what are these? And it's the species of wood.
yeah,
The customer, you don't get to pick out your species, but depending on the color that you choose, paint, stain, they have their own species of wood, which is really cool.
so we do custom cabinets and we do semi-custom cabinets. So these are we do mostly semi-custom cabinets, and the company we use is actually based out in Alabama. Everything is made in the U.S. When the tariffs were announced, they sent out an email and they were like, "Hey guys, just to let you know, everything is made in the U.S. that we offer. You even though if tariffs do hit, we are not your price will not be affected." I thought that was a really cool thing to see from a supplier. Because that really just tells me that everything truly is from the United States and they aren't outsourcing anything from anywhere else, which I thought was neat.
Didn't you keep Bishop in Houston?
I did. I kept Bishop. Yeah. So Bishop
Single-handedly?
Yeah, single-handedly. Yeah. So Bishop, our cabinet manufacturer, they were going to leave Houston because they weren't getting enough shipments here. And I started pushing for them, and I literally kept them alive in Houston. And now we're finally getting their trucks again. So because of us, Bishop remains in Houston, Texas, which is really cool.
Another thing, Mitch, is that all the front part is solid wood. Okay, either birch or maple.
You're right. Yep.
And then they have soft close hinges on the doors. They have soft close drawer slides on each single drawer.
And to pick up on your point there, Ben, the soft close drawer slides that we use, it's Bloom by Bloom Motion.
Yes.
And it's way better than the stuff that you buy at like Home Depot or Lowe's or any other cabinet supplier. It's the one that goes underhand. It's super awesome. The hinges are by Bloom as well, which is a top engineered product.
Yes.
And you can even get them with a 90-degree stop that you can it's easily installed into the hinge itself. And then it'll stop the door at exactly 90 degrees. That way it doesn't like hit the wall or hit like a mirror or something like that. Let's jump into...
Mitch, also there were, anyway, you're going to get to it, a lot of electrical work in there.
Yeah, actually that's what we're covering that with the moving of lights and adding lights. And
a lot of electrical,
Yeah, there was. And then we did the toilet room, of course. And then this is the closet area with the 3 shelves. This was the after.
Yeah, completely modern. You know, the old one was traditional, suffocating. You know what I'm saying? This is open space. You know, you actually, she loved it. I believe so. Yes.
Oh yeah, she really
gave
did.
you a 5-star review on that.
This is the before, Ben.
I'm crowded, man. You see how it is? Yeah.
Yep. And then so that's the before, and then this is the after. Of that.
Wow.
No comparison. Yeah.
That's probably one of the neatest showers that we've recently done.
Yeah. Just look at that though, guys. Look at that before and after. This is the power of the full bathroom remodels. It completely just transformed their whole living experience.
That's got to up their resale value as well. If they sell like 5-20 years down the road, just having that thing is
And you see now
nice.
the toilet has a door too.
Yeah, the toilet. Yeah,
there was no door.
Yeah.
It was just a short wall, you know.
Yeah, I remember. Yep. Yeah, that was
even the closet has a door. You see the closet?
right there. Yep. Yeah, because it had the.
Yeah.
It was just so.
She said it was embarrassing. They could not even use a toilet. You know, everybody was walking into the shower. You know, into the bathroom. They could see you.
He took a 1930s bathroom and turned it into a 2030 bathroom.
That'll be completely outdated by 3030. So
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
That's
And
awesome.
that's a solid surface wall, mold-free, mildew-free. It was a herringbone. Yeah.
This is a bath concept shower wall. So it's 5 foot by 8 foot panels. So there's no grout, lifetime warranty, super easy to clean. Onyx shower pan.
That's what she was emphasizing on, that she didn't want to clean the bathroom like the others, like what she had before. And I told her this is the solution.
That shower is actually pretty timeless, though. It's like a natural stone. You can't go wrong with that choice.
yeah, I was predicting 100 years out, but I could have been wrong about that, Zach. You're absolutely. Hey, one thing I wanted to that I thought about by looking at this is that you know how we'll get the questions about, hey, I don't ever use my tub in my master, and I've got the shower. I'd like to be bigger. What do you think about making a, just taking both of them out and making a big shower? And I'm like, I think that's a great idea. And they go, well, I only have one concern. Okay, what's that? Resale value. I've heard if I take my tub out that I'm going to hurt my resale value. And I'm like, not necessarily. You're right. You need to have at least one tub in your house because anybody that you would be selling it to that has small children, they need a place to bathe their children, so they need a tub. But think about it. Parents like to bathe their children close to their bedrooms. So the hall bath is going to be a better option as far as where to keep the tub. And my belief, and I've talked to realtors, is that you get rid of that tub in your master bathroom and you make one big giant shower. Not only did that not hurt your resale value, it increased because that's what people want. I was watching HGTV few months ago, and they had some woman who was supposedly an expert on everything that had to do remodeling, and they got to bathrooms, and the interviewer said, can you tell me what's trending in bathrooms? And she said, yes. Showers so big you can drive a car through them. And I just started, laughing because I'm like, that's what we do. And she's absolutely right.
She is.
It doesn't hurt the resale value. It helps the resale value to make these big showers.
It's true.
I mean, people just don't want to bathe in their own, dirt. Nowadays, showers are the way to go.
Actually, I had a customer that she was excited about the large shower because she had 2 dogs, big dogs. And she said, now I know where to take my dogs to take a shower.
A lot of people don't realize the convenience of that too.
Open the door, take the dogs inside. They can't go anywhere.
People that have small dogs, like we have small dogs, and we put the small dog on the bench, and they're too afraid to jump off.
Yeah. They just sit there.
They'll sit there.
And she has a nice towel bar too outside on the glass, to hang her towels.
This is a big question I get all the time is, how do we waterproof windows?
Our solid surface system allows us to have this window trim kit, and that it's all waterproof. It just goes right up to the window frame. Everything gets silicone sealed in.
All the way.
And
I'm glad you brought that up, Zach, because that's the most common question that people, like when you're talking about removing the garden tub and they've got that 47 by 47 inch window there, they're like, well, but I'm concerned about the window. And you can say, don't be. And then you can show them pictures of ones we've done and explain how, that process waterproofs that window.
Yeah, and
it's inside the shower, no big deal.
Yeah, and I think the hardest, because a lot of the Houston bathrooms here are very similar, right? I mean, you have like the shower on one side, you have the tub on next to the shower. Then on the tub side, there's usually like this big 4 foot by 4 foot window. We see that. I think that's the most common master setup in Houston. I think the biggest struggle, if that window is not obscure, they're like, how do I obscure the window? And I've seen some customers do some pretty cool stuff to do it. My favorite one was putting a custom curtain rod, shower curtain rod there, like a post-tension rod. And then they get like a custom shower curtain, they put it on that, and that blocks the window. And I thought that was brilliant. And then the other ways is really just replacing the window with an obscure window, whether it be glass blocks or whether it be,
the fog window. And what's in style. That's what I'm getting a lot of.
Which one?
The fog.
The fog's cool.
Heavy fog.
Yeah, heavy fogs are really cool, obscure, and it's like a true obscure too, which I like it. That's what you see a lot in Vegas. I don't remember the hotel, but there's a hotel in Vegas where when you lock the bathroom door is glass, but when you lock it, it goes into that fog. And then this was the final vanity area. So
wow,
we cover that.
Delta 8-inch widespread faucet.
Man, I'm jealous.
Yeah, they have a lot of storage. I love the color too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a really nice color.
What color is that
Yeah, sterling. Yeah. So
for the cabinets?
Yeah, I know it looks kind of green in the picture, but it was actually
husband and
gray.
wife spent good amount of time just choosing the style and the color.
Yeah, no, they did a
And
good choice.
they were not in full agreement, but eventually the wife won the case. So
No, I thought it came out. Yeah, I mean, looks
she
gorgeous.
chose.
That's like a dark chalk white. That's really nice.
Yeah,
And that cabinet that sits on top of the vanity, that's become incredibly popular. People love that for extra storage space.
It was a rectangle wave. Yeah.
I tell the husband and wife, and in the morning, if y'all have had a fight, you've kind of got a divider between the two of you as you're getting ready to go to work in the morning. It serves all kinds of good purposes.
We get a big request to put outlets in the cabinets as well, so you can like charge your toothbrush, and they're not just out in the open if you want it really clean.
yeah. We'll do that too.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually done. I mean, we haven't done this in a while, but we do it. The drawer outlets, like they have in the hairdresser. So like when you open up the drawer, the outlet pulls along with the drawer. It's a really cool. They're expensive though. Like just for that one, just to get that, it's like $500 just for that one piece, not including to run the electrical or anything.
I like the laundry drawers where you pull them out, you throw your laundry in there, and you just close it.
Oh, those are cool too. Yeah,
Those are
the
super
hampers. Yeah,
Or the hamper ones,
Yep.
where you just kind of throw it in the hamper thing.
yeah. Those are some of my favorite cabinets too.
One of the most important parts of this project was the affordability by financing. So the price, because it was a big job, it was 2 bathrooms. They were not able to do it cash. It was impossible. So we offered them 72 months, 0 interest financing with a very low down payment. And they were thrilled about it. They were so happy about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
And they pay, after the job is done, they pay Wells Fargo in 6 years at 0 interest.
Yeah.
So they took advantage of that upfront.
And a lot of people take advantage of it because of the market right now doing so well. You make more money just keeping your
money and investing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, not to brag, but in Houston and surrounding areas, that as far as I know, we're the only company that is offering 6 years at 0 interest.
We are. Yeah, as far as I know too. I mean, there may be some others out there, but I haven't seen anyone else do it yet.
No, I can say that with certainty, 100%, because I have not. The longest I seen was 36 months, but mostly they're 24 months, and then many of them are deferred interest.
Yeah.
So if you don't pay it in that 24 months, the interest will accrue from day one. But ours, it's 0 interest no matter what.
Yeah, it's equal payments. Yeah.
Equal payment.
I'm starting to see some other companies offer 150 months with like 20% interest.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean that would just eat you up.
Zero down, nothing.
Yeah, you pay interest. Yeah. That
That would just eat you up. I mean, you eat your lunch, the interest would just kill you in these big projects. You know what I mean? That's why we offer that 72 months, because
charge a good amount of interest, so.
This is not a small project, right? I mean, so let's just be upfront and honest about it. I mean, this bathroom is not cheap, right?
No.
It's
a lot of work. It's a lot of quality work.
It's an investment.
I've had people on bathrooms like this go, that was more than my last car cost me.
Yeah. yeah. Depending what they're driving. Yeah.
Well, back like 10 years ago, cars were like not what they are today. Like it took, I don't know, like what Toyotas are like, trucks are like $70K now.
Yeah.
Just for a truck.
Yeah, just for a truck. Yeah.
Yeah, my F-150, he had the sticker. They still have the sticker price. 2020, that truck listed for $62,000 and some change. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, people. This was not 60-something thousand.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But
definitely not.
It's up there.
One thing that I like to mention is that there are a good number of homeowners, after they decide to move forward with us and we start finalizing the agreement and all that, they ask me these questions almost in private. How can you come with this price? How come your price is so low compared to the other competition? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me wonder, then I tell them upfront very honestly that, look, it's there are so many factors involved, okay? One of them is our efficiency, okay? We are locally owned, family owned. We're not a franchise company. We're not a national chain. We're not paying no loyalty fee, no royalty fee to nobody. And we serve Houston and surrounding areas. And our process is very efficient. From the moment that you call to set up the appointment till the moment his job is done, and the after sale warranty, the service warranty. So we're on the top of it. And thanks to our leaders, Mitch, like yourself, like other guys in here, that we try to save money in any way possible to do it right the first time and the last time. So we don't have to go through mistakes and problems. So that's one of the reasons that why our price is so, we can beat the competition. Our typical competition, apple to apple, same product, they offer maybe same warranty and same workmanship, but we beat their price because of our efficiency, because we're locally owned, and also because we have good relation with our finance company, with Wells Fargo.
Yeah, we really do.
And Wells Fargo trusts us in full. They know the job that we do can last for years to come. That's why they give 6 years, 0 interest, because they're expecting us not to have any problem in 6 years. And they don't offer this to other companies when they have bad reviews. And our reviews all across the board, needless to say, everybody can see it. Google, Yelp, Angie's List, Better Business Bureau, Home Advisor. It's a 5-star company. You know what I'm saying? Having done several thousands of jobs in the last 11 years and doing 12 jobs per week.
Yep.
So, and it speaks for itself. So when they ask me that question, I tell them, hey, just look us up. You know what I'm saying? You see it for yourself.
But I will say this about the Wells Fargo home improvement project that we're a part of. They have the most stringent approval process to become a home improvement partner, or to offer the home improvement card, I should say. They do a deep dive into your books, and you had to do over $250,000 of financing with a different company prior to them even batting an eye at you, even allowing the application process to begin. And then that's when it starts. And it's usually like a couple month process before you're even approved for it. So I always, it's interesting you bring that up, because I always try to tell people as like a helpful advice for any remodeling project that you do, look for Wells Fargo approved contractors that offer the home improvement card, because they do the research for you. Ben, I wanted to and this wasn't the only bathroom that we did for them. We did the other bathroom, but I'm just going to show the before and after of the other bathroom, because not a whole lot went on there. So that's the before, and then this is the after of that one. So it's just good. Yeah, it was a tub to tub remodel.
Upgrading the tub and the walls and the plumbing and
Yeah, that one came out really nice, and that was also the bath concept walls with the that's the gray line.
Yeah, gray line. Yes, sir.
Subway tile. Looks awesome.
And it looks like real tile, too.
But there's a reason why that tub spout is copper. And I wanted to cover that because I think it's important for a lot of people to know, is that if you use PEX for the tub spout, when you divert the water, the tub spout is still going to have a drip of water, and you're not going to get the full pressure going up into your shower, because the PEX is like a millimeter or two shallower in overall depth than the copper pipe. So it doesn't have enough pressure when you lift up on the diverter to shoot up to the shower head totally. So it's not enough pressure to close off that side. So what happens is, if you were to use PEX here, you would actually have dripping water from the tub spout always, even if you're using the shower head at that point.
Instead of that little final, like when you pull it up, it does the little final drip of water, and then it shut off. Yeah,
and then it shuts off. Yeah. With the so it only that's only possible with either galvanized or copper. It is not possible with PEX A or PEX B. So if you're in a different area and you can't use us for your remodel, and the guy is not a licensed plumber. I've seen licensed plumbers even make the same mistake though. Even if he's a plumber, and he's putting in PEX A or PEX B there, I would correct him and say, hey, look, I want that tub spout needs to be copper, so I get the correct amount of pressure to divert the water. So just a little tidbit of info. Thought it's kind of cool. All right. Next up is Zach's project. Zach, we are gonna. This is the before picture. This is very pretty probably home built in what, the 80s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell because of the culture marble and it yellows.
Yeah, the culture marble tub and the vanity. Walk me real quick. What would the customer want to get done here?
They wanted a new vanity. They wanted pretty much a whole new bathroom, just all refreshed.
Okay, and let's take a look at your design here. With the so we went with the architectural bench that was triangular here, as well for yours, Zach.
Yes.
Cool. And then walk me through. So it looks like you did from this over here. That used to be the shower area right here. Am I correct? Looks like that was this area right there.
That was
closet, yes.
It was a tub to shower, shower to closet conversion with flooring, paint, cabinets, mirrors, lighting.
Cool. All right. So basically what we did, everyone, is we turned the tub over here into a shower. We turned the shower here into a closet, and then you upgraded their vanities as well.
Yes.
Awesome. And then all right, so that's the befores. Here's a little bit of the construction process with this one. One thing that was really cool that I want to point out that happened on this project. This is also pretty common too in Houston. Second floor, though, this is not too big of a problem, but when it's in a foundation, it becomes a little bit of a bigger problem and a lot harder to deal with. But you can see the vent pipe was not in where the studs are. They brought out the vent pipe to go or on the subfloor, under the tub. And they do this because they're lazy. Really, it's just lazy workmanship and just an easier way for them to move the pipe. Like, oh, it's under the tub, no one will ever see it. No big deal. So we have to cut that out, and we have to put it underneath the
push it back into the wall.
Yeah, push it back into the wall. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, push it back into the wall there. Very common, happens a lot here in Houston. Again, not too big of a deal when it's on the second floor, but when it's on the first floor and you're having to break up foundation for it, what a pain.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
That's where we bring out the jackhammer.
Yep. And then and then you can see here for the flooring, because it's on the second floor. So we had to put down the rubber, the plastic membrane on the floor, and then we did a metal lath, and then we mud over that, and then
tile flooring.
Yeah, tile flooring. Yep.
Yeah, penny tile.
Yeah, penny tile.
All tile.
Yeah, so
penny tile.
Yeah, it was the really, so what are they, 2x2 pieces? I believe.
That's why you had to have all those.
Yeah, so like that floor had to be completely leveled out.
Yeah.
So that's why, we did the metal lath, we did mud work, and then we did a self-level on top of that even, which is the right way to do it. And then, which, by the way, too, I want to point out that this is an art, to really be able to do the metal lath systems is kind of like a dying trade. A lot of people don't really know how to do that anymore. So it's cool that you have skilled workers that can do this kind of work.
Explain what that is.
I mean, it's just a way that where the concrete's not gonna. It's almost like rebar. You know what I mean? It's a way to strengthen the concrete, like a small amount of it.
Right.
So that way it won't shift and move and crack on you. But I mean, it's you're basically taking compacted mud and you're spreading it across the entire bathroom floor, and you're making sure it's level as much as you can as you're doing that part of it. But then, there's two ways to do it. One, you can just do it completely level when you do the mud, which it's a very timely process, or you can just kind of do a quick one over and then do the self-leveling to kind of bring it all level. And we do it with the self-level. We feel like we just get faster and better results with it.
That's what was happening. That's why she went with us, is because she was either getting turned down or they were like, we can do this and this, but you need to get someone else to do other stuff. So we were the only turnkey solid surface company that could do everything for her.
A to Z.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's awesome. And then, so after we did that, we put down the shower pan.
The customized shower pan.
Yep, customized shower pan. You can see how that angle is too. And if you look at this, you can see the flange is against that bench area right there.
Accommodate the bench.
Yeah, then you got the threshold right there as well. And then bring it over to here. Did the drain pick again, or explained what that is. And and then you can see the stops, and we always put in the quarter turn stops. Whenever we do a vanity, we replace the stops with the quarter turn. So it's just real easy, quick turn versus like the one you have to keep turning and turning and turning.
Yeah.
Which I think is just a way better product. And usually stops leak. You know, after like 20 years, 30 years, the places that leak are the stops. And a lot of times they can flood a house. You know, I've heard one story, a guy went on vacation and the stop broke when they're on vacation and it caused flooded his whole home.
Wow.
Just from one little, leaky stop.
That's the thing with like the flooring, you don't have to worry too much. What else? Like kitchens, you don't have to worry too much if they're just doing like or just a countertop or maybe some cabinets. But when it comes to like showers with water, it can ruin your whole home, everything in it.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
especially upstairs, it's gonna ruin the whole ceiling,
Yeah.
downstairs.
For sure. This is the cabinet area. This is the penny tiles, guys, that Zach was talking about. It came out super awesome. Beautiful stuff.
Shaker style cabinets, penny tile flooring.
Well, I guess not.
I was thinking you did that inside of the shower, but I was waiting for the finished products. That's the actual flooring.
Yeah.
Just the flooring of the bathroom, not the flooring of the.
It's very
shower.
expensive.
Oh yeah, I was going to say they paid for that, didn't they?
Wake up.
Yeah. I'm awake. I'll be awake. Give me another 30 minutes. I'll be awake. About
You
the
didn't
time
bring
we
your
close.
monster today.
It's in his cup.
It's in.
It's in your cup.
It's in here. I'm almost finished with it too. So maybe Zach, go get me another one real quick, would you?
But no, I mean, it's okay. We keep calling it penny for. It's actually 2x2.
2x2, not penny.
Yeah, hexagon, 2x2 hex.
Still, there's a lot.
If we're gonna get technical, it's not shaker style either. It's called Petersburg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's still shaker style though. But yeah, it's a beautiful tile, but very expensive. Like anyone knows this, it's those 12x12 2x2s. They always go upward $15 per square foot. That's just for the cost of the tile.
The tile's expensive, and then just even a layman can look at this stuff and go, "I'll bet you it costs more to put this in." Look how much more grout work you do versus if you were using like a 12x24 plank.
Yeah.
So yeah, but hey, if the heart wants what the heart wants, So I'm sure this lady had her. Heart set on it.
No, she did.
She got what she wanted.
Nah, for sure. And then if you take a look at another beautiful before and after, so we have the before right here, Zach, and then there's the after of that vanity. Gorgeous stuff, man. I love the gold mirror. I love the gold trim mirrors and the gold vanity lights.
Look at that picture. Over here? You had a wall here. Oh no, it's a mirror. I'm sorry. It's
yeah,
reflection of the mirror.
Okay, yeah. I can see why you say that though.
I thought it was a wall.
Like that looks like a depth. Yeah, like and it goes like that. Yeah.
No, it's just a reflection.
But yeah, no, I mean,
they have two nice individual mirrors. Change the light and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, change vanity lights. Yeah, and that's that's actually a pretty. It's not like a massive, moving stuff around remodel. Oh. It's really a replace what's existing. Just with much higher and nicer quality materials and products, and I mean, just change your overall look.
Just looking at it makes you feel good.
It's one of our most popular conversions: tub to shower, shower to closet, every day.
Yeah, no, I agree, Zach. It's a great one. Then here's the before of the tub area.
I mean, look how ugly it was. Just the tub right there. Look, there's nothing there. It's just a basic wall. You know what I'm saying?
I know
they haven't used that tub in 10 years.
Of a splash around the tub. I mean, that's really ugly. I mean,
that really is. Yeah, I'm with you, bed.
And look what you made out of it. I mean,
yeah. Then it turned into this.
Look, I mean,
that is just
imagine how much of a value you added to this home just by doing this.
Right.
Forget about the quality of life of the homeowner. Look at the value to the property.
That's why we did the triangle. It was a deeper shower. It was not 60 inches, more like 48, I believe, somewhere around there for width.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so it would have took up too much if you brought in the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yep. So what Zach is saying on this, so basically, since this was not a 5-foot shower, it's like more of like a 4-foot shower. Well, because we brought it in, I guess, to build that wall out there. Let's take a look at your design again.
It's so they have enough standing space.
Oh, I see.
So just put their feet. That way you don't feel like the seat is like right against your ankle or right behind your legs. So it's just a comfortable design.
You mean
Oh,
you extended the depth of the shower compared to where the tub was?
Yes.
Okay, so you brought it further out.
Brought it further out.
Okay, I see. All right. Anyway, you had room there, so you could do that. Yeah.
Really cool. This is the shower, and then turn into a closet area.
Well, we have to remind our viewers to call for Zach. He's the expert.
And that Zach is spelled CLIFF.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. No, good job, Zach. That was a real good one. Yeah.
That was a nice one.
All right, Cliff. That's going to bring us over to you.
Okay, let's.
This is a real big one. So I saved.
Oh, big job.
Yeah, I saved another really big job for last.
This was,
This was a huge job.
first floor.
Yeah, first floor.
Yeah, single-story house.
Did we cover that light?
Yeah, we covered it.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is the before picture. And Cliff, go ahead and walk me through this before picture and what they wanted.
Well, so just going a little bit further back than that, this customer I had met at the Conroe Home Show
Okay.
2 years ago.
Wow.
And went out and talked to them. Real nice people. They had a good reason for why they couldn't move forward when I did the first trip out. Then the second year when I was at the home show in Conroe, I'm sitting there in our booth, and this lady walks up to me and just throws her arms around me and goes, "I was hoping you would be here today." And I'm thinking the whole time, who is this? Who is this? And as she talked a little bit more, it finally dawned on me who it was. And she said, "We're ready to go." And so anyhow, we set the appointment for me to come back out. I got reacquainted with the bathroom. And this was basically an older couple that this was their dream bathroom. She had been thinking about this for a long time. And I guess the timing and the money and some other things they had going on got out of the way, and so now was the time to do it. So we didn't actually reconstruct a whole lot of things as far as moving walls and moving drains and all that, but the main reason for that is this was already a pretty gorgeous bathroom as far as design and layout, and we just needed to update it from where it was with the granite, which is kind of dated nowadays, at least for use in a bathroom. And we went to work on it. We spent a lot of time on the design aspect and on the selection aspect of things. She was very, very particular, and I hung in with her for hour after hour after hour to get it just right, and was real happy with the way this came out.
So what I'm gonna pull up the design here and just walk me through what they wanted.
Oh, freestanding.
Okay. So as you can see, the shower is basically the same setup as was before, but but we changed the base up a little bit. They had what was kind of a zero threshold shower base in there to start off with, and this was the one time that we agreed that a zero threshold shower base was going to be applicable. Her husband had a stroke, and just shuffling his feet was a big effort, and there's no way he could have lifted his foot to get into this bathroom. Now, whoever had done the zero threshold shower base had done it right the first time, so it was pretty easy for us to go back in and just bring it up to date. So they had some ideas for the shower, mainly just to update, and they wanted the frameless glass. And what was a big deal to her was the freestanding tub. So you see that here in the picture, the freestanding tub in place of where there was a garden tub, and had to do a few modifications to get that to work properly with the new setup. But that was the main thing. And then she had a massive vanity in there.
Okay, with the curves.
As you can see, you remember last week when I was talking about I don't care how many times you measure, you'll never get the measurements to translate properly into SketchUp. So that is not accurate as far as how it turned out, but at least we got the
this was Cliff's attempt.
Yeah. But he has all the measurements on his drawing sheet.
Yeah, that's about my third attempt to get it right, and it just won't lay in properly.
But I like the angles you made here.
Good. Well, can you go to the before picture of that area, Mitch?
Yeah, sure can. Yep.
That'll give you a better.
Yeah, a lot of angles.
Yeah, so
there.
there's the. I'll show you you want the before picture of the cabinets, right?
Right.
so-
Because my drawing did not do it.
Right
My
there.
hand drawing. Yeah, there you go, Mitch, right there.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so you guys can see.
So on that, there was a few concerns and a few things we had to work out. There was a little bit of repositioning to do, and then that cabinet that's sitting on top of the vanity. If you can go back one picture, the wall cabinet that's on top of the countertop. Okay, so you can see, without going into custom cabinets, we could not replicate that.
Yeah.
So what I did is I showed her like that previous picture of, I guess that was Ben's job, that had the cabinet that sat on top of the countertop. I
Yeah.
showed her that. In my book, it only showed 12-inch. Mitch came to the rescue and found one that was 18 inches out. So just FYI, the vanity tops will come out from the wall
21.
about 22 to 23
Yeah.
inches.
So you had room.
And so that coming at 18 inches she was just delighted. We went the extra mile to make sure she was happy.
Yeah, I'll show you how those cabinets came out real quick, just so people can kind of.
Yeah. very nice.
so cool.
Oh, almost the same color as my project. Yeah.
No, actually, this was a green. They actually went
it
with
was green?
they went to Oyster Bay, I believe.
I'm
That was
colorblind,
great.
yeah.
And Cliff, did you upgrade? Not upgrade, but change the color from the Canyon Rock to the I think it's Napoli marble style.
Napoli marble. Yeah.
Yes.
Napoli marble.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that I'll show you the.
That was a nice change because that's a newer color and it looks great.
I know we're kind of jumping around here a lot, but I'll show you guys the before and the after here. So
Oh, even the freestanding tub looks very nice.
yeah, that was the before, and then this was the.
This is a what
the
kind
after.
of freestanding tub is it? What style is it?
Wow.
It's like a
I can't-
That was one we've never used before, but again, she was incredibly particular. So I went through, in our price book, we've got the most commonly
Yeah.
accepted freestanding tubs in the marketplace. This was not in it. So we had to do a lot of additional research to find something that she was happy with.
Freestanding tub filler too.
And I was kind of skeptical about how that would look, just looking at the picture in the catalog.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's actually a tub that kind of sits on a pedestal instead of just the base going straight down to the floor. And so that turned out really nice. But she was incredibly particular about what she wanted in there, which was just fine with me. And we did everything. So that's new luxury vinyl plank flooring.
Thanks to our installers, they do a great job.
Yeah, I thought that was tile.
Yeah. I just don't.
Is
I don't
your
know, it's-
flooring luxury planks too?
Yeah.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Was it or was that tile? I think that was LVP.
It was LVP.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah. So
They're even better than tile.
so yeah, it just again, this is a good example of you don't have to always move walls around and reconfigure things and have the drain go here to there, whatever. Obviously, we had to do a little bit of drain work on that freestanding tub. And if you go back, on the
That was a high
Well, I'm
ceiling.
going to show. Yeah, what I want to show over here too is I want to show how we did that. Zero.
man.
Yeah, I want to show how.
that was a sunken tub.
Yeah, it
So we
was
had
a
to do
sunken
concrete
tub.
fill.
Yeah, so we had to do a concrete fill for that. But I want to show how we did this area right here, the pan, because it's very important because it's a zero threshold, right? We were talking about it last
Yeah.
week. It causes a lot of problems. So we like to use the Curdy system whenever we deal with tile, the Schroeder-Curdy system. Cliff always gets on me about how I say it incorrectly.
Not Schroeder, Schluter.
I cannot pronounce the L for some reason. I don't know what it is. But so anyway, so of course we build the form around the drain, right? And then we did a concrete fill in, and then we put the self level on the fill in because what we do on top of the after that self level is then we put the Curdy pan, which is a foam pan. And that has to be level because if it's not level, then it could have improper drain slope. So that's why you self-level every single time. Then we put the pan in, and then we did a about 6 to 8 inches of the Curdy system that goes up around that acts as the flange. And then, of course, we use the Curdy thin set to apply all of this. Now, there was in our last podcast, we actually have a fan and also an artisan who does tile work and does mud work. Great guy. Watch a lot of his videos. He goes by the name of Mud Dog, and actually have a shout out here. So I was on my phone earlier, but I was trying to pull up his name. But it's MUDDAWG, Mud Dog. He's a channel on TikTok. Highly recommend checking him out. Does awesome work too. He is truly an artist of what he does. But he actually does the old school metal lath, and like back in they used to do in the 60s. Really very hard to find people that do that. But anyway, he was saying that he hears a lot that the Curdy system fails. And I told him, I said, the only time I've ever heard the Curdy system fail is with improper technique. And I'm real close to the Schroeder rep here in Houston.
Schluter.
He's an amazing guy. They really do care about their product. We've been doing Curdy for about 5 to 6 years. We've only ever had one problem where there was a leak that actually happened around the window area, and the Curdy rep met me out there, and we tore out that area. And what we found out is that my installer did not use the Curdy Flex around the window, which is like their silicone sealant or adhesive around window systems. So, and you can also use it on the sheetrock edging as well. Anyway, but that was the cause of failure. That was on us. Curdy still covered the cost of the job.
Oh, wow.
That's how great of a company Curdy is.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we work.
Schluter.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know.
Curdy system. Okay, anyhow.
I can say Curdy. I can't say the other word. But
Don't worry, for the rest of your life, I'll correct you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, so we, that's what we did, and since then we've never had any problems with it. We think it's an awesome system. But yeah, I've heard of a lot of people having issues with it, and I'll tell you guys why. They don't use the Schroeder-based products, and the reason why they don't use it is because it's expensive. The Schroeder Curdy thin set is about $30 to $40 a bag. You can get VersaBond between $8 to $12 a bag. So people will buy the orange stuff to put on the walls, but they won't use the correct products to install it with. And then they won't. Let's say they do that, and they get thin set for tile. Maybe they'll use the Curdy for the wall, but then they're going to use VersaBond for the tile. Well, then what happens with that, the thin set never cures properly. So then you have tiles start popping off the walls. So there's a lot of improper techniques that could happen if not done correctly. And unfortunately, in this industry, contractors, majority of them, unfortunately, like to cut corners. And so you can run into a lot of problems if you're not overseeing every single aspect of the job. And I'll give you guys one example of us, and even with our strenuous systems that we have in place, even with company cam, monitoring by pictures, doing all this stuff, being on top of our guys all the time. There was one time where we're doing this giant shower remodel, and we did about half of the tile in the shower using the Curdy system. And then we only ever buy white thin set, right? That's when we supply our thin set to our guys, we only give them white thin set. We look at the pictures and like, why is that thin set gray? What is going on here?
Uh-oh.
We call the installer. Oh, I forgot to pick up the white thin set at the shop, so I just went to Home Depot and picked up some thin set there. Tear it all down. Get rid of it all. We got to redo this whole thing. And that's what we did. Because he went in and used VersaBond at Home Depot versus buying the Schroeder Curdy system. Because these guys don't really, not saying all of them, but they just want to get, they're artists too. Don't get me wrong. This guy had no malintent. He thought he was doing the right thing. He just didn't want to come back all the way to the shop and do that, or go to Floor and Decor and didn't know the importance really of why we supply him the Curdy thin set. Even though it's been told to him in training by the Schroeder rep, he probably just overlooked it. But that happens all the time.
So you have the Schroeder board for the shower pan.
Correct.
And you have a Schroeder membrane all around
Correct. Yep.
For the so that you can put the solid surface wall against it. Now, how
Yes.
do you create the slope going to the drain?
Great question. So so like I said, we did the self-level prior.
Yes,
So that self-leveling compound so that whole area is now
leveled.
So that whole pan, Ben, is a foam pan.
Yes,
So that it's pre-built. The slope
Yeah.
is pre-built into
and it's
the pan.
leveled already.
Yep.
But then, how do you create the slope?
No, the pan itself
Oh,
has a slope.
Oh, the pan has a slope.
Correct.
Okay, so it's pre-sloped.
It's pre-sloped.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that what he's talking about is just a form that you put everything on top
On
of.
the
that.
top of it, so it has a slope of at
So
least
instead
quarter
of
inch.
mudding it,
Quarter inch, quarter inch per
mudding
foot.
it like you were talking about earlier, where you're mudding it
Yeah.
down and you're
So
looking at it to get the slopes
no
correct.
guesswork.
This
It's
preset.
all scientifically built into it.
Correct.
You know, I think this is an important topic because it's one of the things I go over with prospective clients is that we always use manufacturer specific materials. So like, for example, when they're putting the walls up, the solid panel walls, you don't see a caulking gun with, where you can see the label liquid nails on it.
Right.
That thermal expansion bonding agent is made specifically for that application.
Correct, yeah.
Instead of just using white or clear grout, which in the old days used to go, what do you want on your corners? You want white or clear, not grout, silicone for the bead on there. All that stuff's color complementary or color matching. And so I think that's important. This is not stuff to be trifled with. It's running water. So getting it done right the first time. Why would anybody take a chance and try to save a little money by using something other than the manufacturer's recommendation? And I know the answer to that question, which is, some of these guys are just cutting corners for cost saving.
Yeah, cheaper.
measures.
Yeah.
As far as the so this is a zero threshold, which it's you already talked about the challenges. Now, what about the glass enclosure? I mean, how the glass enclosure is going to work perfectly to waterproof the bottom?
It's actually so
No threshold.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I mean, honestly, it works just like it would with any other shower pan.
Even with the threshold.
Yeah, so even with the threshold. So basically, because the glass is never, even though it's custom glass, they never cut the glass like in angles or anything like that. The glass is always going to be kind of like at a 90-degree
flat. Yeah.
flat. So, and you're always going to have some kind of space between the glass and the floor because it has to allow for expansion, and you don't want the glass to break, right?
Caulk it.
Yeah.
Put sealer.
So yeah, they use a very clear silicone. It's like super transparent. We use the silicone from CRL, which is a company local here in Houston.
Yeah.
And they have like the best silicone for glass.
Now, I know Cliff wanted to accommodate the need of the gentleman because he could
Correct.
not even raise his foot. So you gave him this. Now, I'm just wondering because, we try to avoid zero threshold because of all those challenges.
Correct,
And we
yeah.
usually offer, I'm just wondering, if you had offered him an 1.25 onyx threshold, 1.25, they come in an 1.25, you know what I'm saying? With a 6-inch ramp, would that work for him? Instead of this?
I talked to them about that
Uh-huh.
and tried to keep them off of the zero threshold.
Yeah.
And
At least some-
it just wouldn't work. And I talked about, we'll have a grab bar there where
Yeah,
you can hold on to the grab bar to stabilize yourself as you try to step in and out of the
Exactly.
shower. For people that are scared of having a fall in the bathroom, and they got good reason to be scared. You start looking at the statistics of people over 65, 1 in 3 Americans every year have a fall that results from anywhere from an injury to actually people dying in their
Yes.
showers.
Yes.
And so anyhow, the low profile threshold, even if it was less than 2 inches, it would just not work for him. Now
Yeah,
he's
1.25. Yeah.
he's not wheelchair bound.
Okay.
So I believe on this job we did a wider door kind of anticipation.
Mitch, can you zoom
of
on
the
this picture
future.
here, down here? Can you zoom here, down here, on the floor? On the floor? No,
Oh, on the
here.
floor?
Yeah, after finish.
Yeah, sure can.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so
But the glass is not sitting on the shower base; it's sitting on the floor of the bathroom, right?
Is there a
I'm
small
sitting on a shower
strip
pan.
of a onyx or something? I don't
it's
know.
on the shower pan. The glass is on the shower pan. It's on the edge of the shower pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we did run we ran the Curdy system outside the shower too.
Okay.
Right.
because you don't want to.
But it's zero threshold, right?
It is a true zero threshold, correct? Yeah,
Okay.
there is no threshold to step
Oh, you
over
have
there.
a lot of grab bars inside, almost 5 grab bars.
It looks so nice.
Wanted to keep him safe, man.
Yeah,
We put a
4,
bunch
5.
of them.
Yeah, I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grab bars.
Well, you're counting
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the hinge on the door.
no. He's on the vertical one.
No, that's the vertical
Yeah,
one
the
inside.
vertical. You have one in the horizontal, 2, 3,
4, 5.
4, and then 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ben knows my job's better than me. So it's hard to remember everything.
Yeah.
But
With the wheelchair, I mean, they can be good.
I think it's a super awesome design. I mean, as far as like combining the convenience of the solid surface, panels with the, with the really the custom need of the zero threshold was really cool. Now, again, we don't recommend zero thresholds here. I mean, they are very problematic. We do them, but we have to, because of how problematic they are and how much time consuming it takes
Even
for us to
on
get
the
them
second
done.
floor,
We
it's
charge
very
for
difficult,
them.
right? On the second floor is more problem, right?
Yeah, second floor is a lot more difficult to do a zero threshold. At least it's kind of like one of those scenarios like where at least we can jackhammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because on the second floor, you really just what you would do is you would raise the entire floor.
Yeah.
And you would have to, like that metal lath system I was showing you guys. You would have to do that again. So you would have to do the your membrane underneath, then you put the metal lath,
Raise the floor
then
completely, so
you
you
raise
have
the whole
that
floor.
zero threshold.
For the whole bathroom.
Yeah, for the whole bathroom. Yeah.
What about the
Basically,
size of the
that's what-
door? Is that door 27 or is it bigger?
No,
It seems bigger to me.
That door was bigger in anticipation of maybe
Wheelchair.
a need for a wheelchair entry at some point in time in the future.
Cool. No, it came out great. I think the whole bathroom came out great. This is the before picture of the.
That's an ADA.
the vanity.
unit. Yeah. American Disability Act shower.
No, yeah, it really is. Yeah. So, and guys, the vanity came out gorgeous again.
Beautiful, yeah. 18-inch deep on the top, yeah.
Yep. And then real quick, I'm going to point this out
His
too.
drawing is very ugly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I cannot even read that.
Yeah, I like I put this in here because Cliff last week was talking about how the sketches are so important because it's so hard to convey his writing into for him to pass this into us and say, hey, go ahead and good luck ordering would be a very challenging thing for us to do.
How long
So
it took you to draw this, man?
yeah.
It's a 2-hour drawing right there. Cliff, come
I
on.
think I left at 5:30 in the morning.
You scare us by this.
No,
drawings.
that was very complicated, and as all of us,
What are all these numbers here?
well, those I had to price. No, it's labeled. It says flooring right there.
37 by 60.
You measured like a small pieces of flooring.
Well, I measured. Well, Ben, to answer your question specifically, I measured the floor the way you're supposed to measure the floor. You know, you get your squares and all that. I'm not guessing because number one, if I guess wrong and we're short on flooring, it's going to be embarrassing. And if I guess wrong and we order too much, then,
No, I
then the
admire that.
customer had to pay.
Mitch,
too
he
much.
divided the floor into 10 pieces.
Well, okay, so you got. But, whoa, wait a minute.
Small pieces.
Wait a minute. You also have to remember, like, if you can move the SketchUp up, the whole picture up, can you?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, like zoom out?
Okay, so see where the commode is? There's a commode room there.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
listen, I wasn't
Oh,
going
you put it outside.
Yeah, it was just to let them know that that's what that door goes to. So you had to measure that room, and then you see these other two doors.
Because
are-
bringing back outhouses.
Yeah.
Those are closets.
I know.
Those are closets.
What
Now,
about the
there
flooring
was
of
no
the toilet
need to-
area?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There was no need to draw all that in there.
Okay.
But there was a need to get measurements for those three spaces
So you have a
Yeah.
so
separate
that we could calculate the flooring.
Yeah.
So there was there was places where
Yeah.
it doesn't show it there, but I had to do calculations, and then you start breaking everything up in angles and making squares.
And
all that kind of stuff.
and because he couldn't figure out like how to get the correct angles on the cabinets, one thing that he did do that really made my life easier
measuring
ordering
the
the
floor
cabinets.
correctly.
Well,
Bingo.
no,
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, he measured each individual cabinet. And then he put those measurements in. That way, it gave me a good idea of okay, when I go back to order this, I'm just gonna order because they want the same layout.
Yeah.
So I'll just order the cabinets close to that size, and then we're good to go. You know.
Yes.
And that's how we did it, and so we were able to make magic happen by using his measurements on that. So I know it seems
Great job.
And
very convoluted, but
the
it
reason why I
was
did
good.
that, not just to make Mitch's job easier, but I had to go through for my own personal self to look and see, okay, here's the run on this cabinet. And this is a sink cabinet. Can I use a bigger one or a shorter one? Or what am I going to do for this exact space?
Yeah.
And then I could piece by piece put in the cabinets to meet what her needs were. So
what was her reaction after the job was done?
well, what do you think? She said she never will use us again ever because it just looked horrible.
She gave you a 5-star. Come on.
She gave us, I don't remember what exactly she said in her review, but she was really happy. I mean,
of course, yeah.
you know, that's the bottom line. Happy
And that
customers.
makes you happy, you know? That makes you happy.
it
That's
really
rewarding for
does. Yeah. I like all these procedures and policies, and that, you know, we only do things if we do it the right way. I mean, there's more to life than just making money. Having said that, can I have a raise?
Mitch, our control system is very efficient. That's what I tell our customers too. We have 3 reference points. Number 1 is the project in writing, in the agreement, all in detail. Number 2 is the video we make with the homeowner next to us. We cover everything A to Z in the video in case if we have left anything in the written agreement. And the third is the SketchUp. The third is the drawing.
Right.
So there is no way we're gonna make a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With ordering, so that creates efficiency, and that's what allows us to keep the prices competitive. You know what
True.
I'm saying?
Very
Because
true.
of this procedure.
And that's all before we even start the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
start the
This
work.
is all inside the customer
And
home.
then it just continues on with company cam and all the other methods that we have to make sure.
And
the
I
quality
let
control.
them know. We submit all of this to our production manager, and he does review all of those, all 3 of them, one by one, to make sure they're all consistent. If there's any discrepancy, he will get back with us. He will get back with customer to do any fine tuning needed to make that project workable and functional. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And ordering the right sizes.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, you're absolutely right, Ben. And
Thank to our production manager. Yeah.
yeah, no, they're great. And yeah, I mean, really cool stuff, guys. I really I think we can all take something out of this today. I mean, basically what I took out of it is that even if you can't get like exact precise measurements, but you still get, you know, at least information back to us where that allows us to order properly. Like that was a difficult sketch from you know, even doing what you did with the vanities, and they didn't match at all. But I understand that. I mean, I think the hardest bathroom I ever went into was it was like almost a circle. Zach was with me in the job. It was in Galveston.
Circle.
Oh no, Kemah. It was in Kemah.
Chemo.
Yeah, and it was almost a circular bathroom, almost circular.
Wow.
And it was in a condo, like a super expensive condo in Kemah, and the guy is
Custom built home.
yeah, custom built home. And I'm just like, right, Zach? Like me and you just walked in, and we're just like, I don't even know where to begin.
It's completely round, no right angles
Yeah,
to start off with.
yeah, it was so bizarre.
And Mitch, not to mention that with complicated measurements like, you know, like this job or other jobs, we have to admit that if we have to, our production manager, our project manager, our field manager will go back and remeasure again
Correct. Yeah.
before ordering the product.
Yes.
Yes, to make sure. Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. No, very cool. So Cliff, what would you walk away with today?
That we do great jobs on full bathroom remodels, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, the majority of our work are tub to showers. What, maybe 60% plus of our jobs are people calling up and going, this hall bathroom, never used the tub, hadn't used the tub in 15 years. It's old and tired, and I'd rather have a shower than a tub, and we do that. So we do a lot of those, and that's fine. But the full bathroom remodels, I I think it really shows off the quality of our work. And all these quality control things that we're talking about are not nearly as impressive when you're referring to them to do a tub to shower conversion.
Right.
Take a 60 by 30 inch tub out and put a 60 by 30 inch shower base out. But when we start talking about these full bathroom remodels and angles of cabinets and a floor that, needs to have a concrete fill, and how we get around the windows here and make space for this, and, and all that I think our system becomes much more impressive to the layman that's watching this than, the fact that we apply all that to even a 60 by 30 inch tub to shower conversion.
Agreed. Yeah. All right. That's cool. And then how about you, Ben?
Well, Mitch, to be honest with you, every single homeowner I visit, I have several 100% confidence that we're going to do a great job for them. So I'm not shy of being transparent. I'm transparent in full, 100%, and I tell them exactly as we do it. And majority of them fall in love with it. And that's it. That will do the job.
Ben, and one thing I want to pick up on with that is we're real.
We're real. Yeah. We're not fake.
Yeah, we're not fake.
We games here.
Yeah. And I hope people see that with just how we converse today.
They can look every single job.
Yeah, and we care. We actually do care. We do it. This is art. We are creating art. And I think Paul, as everyone you guys know, he's the other owner. Me and Paul are the owners. But Paul puts it best. He says, I just want to build bathrooms. That's all I want to do. Everyone wants to throw in all this drama all in the world. We don't care about the drama in the world. We just want to build bathrooms.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Can we just build bathrooms? That's all we want to do. And big, beautiful, awesome bathrooms. That's what we want.
And Mitch, I don't know if you have noticed this or not. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. The philosophy of this business, I'm talking about Easy Bath, the way I have been observing it in the last 4 or 5 years that I have joined your company, it's a value system. You all create value. And it's in your blood. When it's in your blood and that's your identity to create value, you're going to do a great job no matter what.
Thank you, Ben.
Yes,
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And
you're proud of your job. That's a value. That's a value system. That's what you create.
And I'll tell this to anyone watching this that gets inspired. If you're passionate about anything and you put your all into it and that's what you do, then you will be successful. But the second you're not passionate about something is when everything starts to collapse. And that's why people lose their jobs. That's why people quit. That's why people get fired. It's because the passion is gone. They don't care anymore. They don't care about who they're working for. They don't care about what they're doing. There's no more drive. There's no more ambition. But we don't get that here. We are all of us, and why, are artisans. All of us are artists. We're passionate. We have drive. We have ambition.
And we're transparent.
And we're very transparent.
Very transparent. And I have to say it for myself. Whoever is watching this, we are not greedy.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are content.
Yes.
Okay. We just want to make a living out of this and help people to accomplish their objectives. That's all. That's all it is. That's why we're in business.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. Other companies will take it. I mean, I'm not talking bad about other companies, man, but we've seen it. I mean, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but we've seen people just get totally ripped off.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. And I will fight for you. I will fight for the customer to make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
When I walk out of that door, I have clear conscience. I'm not feeling guilty at all that I did my best to offer them. Now, whether they are ready to take it or not, it's their choice. But I have a clear conscience and I go to the next one.
Awesome.
Yes,
awesome. How about you, Zach? What do you take away?
One thing I took away from today's episode and also the past 5 years that I've been working here is we're really on the customer's team. We don't want, going back to episode 1, we don't want to get too big because that's more employees, that's more marketing, and that inflates everything. And that makes the price just crazy for the customer. And that's why we want to stay quality. We also don't want to operate like a robot, because then we lose that human portion of it. And now everyone's getting passed around to 20 different people in a call center or something like that, because not everyone's going to know the answer when it's a revolving door, versus just having quality people at one company that really care. And going back to Cliff, he met those customers the first time. For certain reasons, they couldn't move forward right away. And even if they did and they wanted to get other estimates, they saw how much Cliff cared, and that's why they gave him a hug when they came.
Yeah.
When they saw him again.
That's very good sign.
Yeah.
It's very rare you'll hug someone meeting them first time unless they really showed you some passion behind what they're doing and how much time you took to care for them.
Good point, Zach.
I have customers that they ask me after the job is done, you want to come over for dinner?
Yeah, I've had that too.
I'm
yeah.
serious.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
I've done that. Yeah, I've actually met
Because
customers
they
at
want to
dinner
thank
before.
you even more, So
Yeah. I mean, there's some really good people out there, man, and
there is
and
something to it, So
There is, yeah.
it's not just about business, It's a relationship.
and you know,
Well, what I was going to say is the home improvement industry has a bad reputation. And I don't know about Zach, because you started pretty young, but you and I, both of us have worked for companies where you go in and you start with them, and 30 days or 60 days down the road, you'd go, I don't like this. I don't want to be a part of it.
yeah,
Because all they care about is numbers. So I hope people out there aren't getting the impression that money's not important to us. But I think what we're trying to say is I've lived by a motto for years and years and years now, which is take care of your business and the money will take care of itself. So it's how you rate your priorities.
yeah.
I
agree. It's another thing too. I just want to add before we go is it's a relationship. It's about the relationship with our customers, and I just want to. I mean, you guys don't know this side of it. But I also have a very strong relationship with our vendors.
Yes.
And the reason why I have such a strong relationship with our vendors is because I truly believe in their product. I have their products in my own home. I love our product. Bath Concepts, the shower walls that we use, I think it's the greatest thing ever made. I really do. It's gorgeous. It's easy to clean, has a lifetime warranty on it. I mean, it's awesome. And
Ease of usage. It's very easy to use.
easy to use.
homeowner.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's just such a cool product. And like I said, you said it earlier, Zach. I kept Bishop in our marketplace. I reached out. I remember when it happened. I started reaching out to our biggest competitors, and they laughed in my face. They were like, "Why do you even call me about this? What are you even doing, Mitch? Like what just being just complete." I'm not going to mention names of who they are, but they were just complete jerks about it, making fun of me. And I'm like, guys, it's a good American product. Why wouldn't you want to keep it here? And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to fight for an American product. I don't want this Chinese bull crap pouring in. Like these Chinese cabinets, they're all popping up all over Houston. I hate them.
Yeah, so that's like we were talking about, like the things that you're comfortable with or whatever. That's one of the things I like, is I can look everybody in the face and go, like when we're talking about cabinets, and they'll say, "Well, is that all you offer?" And I go, "Yep." And they go, "You don't have any other choice?" I go, "No." And I go into the fact that we've been using these cabinets manufactured by Bishop by more than 10 years. It kind of goes to that if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
And so if I was you, I'd be nervous about introducing a new product that you have no experience with.
Right.
Someone's got to be the guinea pig on that project. So
Yeah.
the thing I like is we've kind of got all of our list of products nailed down.
Yeah, we
There's
do.
no guinea pig. Sorry, I hit the table again. There's no guinea pig situations. No possibilities on that. I mean, unless a customer, I can think of one or two things we've done where it's like, wow, that's kind of strange, but let's go ahead and do it. Now, we wouldn't have volunteered to do something that we hadn't done before if we hadn't already researched it and so on and so forth.
Right.
But it's nice to have all these things established, and just go forward, look someone in the face, and have 100% confidence about what you're talking to them about the product, and our experiences with it.
Nah,
It's a big deal.
Nah,
Mitch,
for sure.
One thing that really impressed me working for Easy Bath for the last 4 years, it's the referral. How many jobs I have done that it was one customer referring the other customer to us. You see what I'm saying? So actually, they bring us their own relatives, their own friends to do their jobs. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, you're right, and we get a lot of referral business, and we get a lot of good reviews out there too. But yeah, I mean, and I think that all just shows our passion. So I guess what I'm trying to say at the end of the day, anyone watching this, if you're passionate about something and you really truly care about it, the success will come. So like no matter what you're doing in life, if you're passionate about it and you pursue that passion, even if you got to get a part-time job to do it. I started this company on $3,000, 10 years ago. That's it. $3,000. That's all it took.
Well, and I knew you before you started this company, so I knew you were going to be successful for exactly what you're talking about the passion. My favorite story about passion and what you do is Chuck Yeager. Zach, do you know who Chuck Yeager is?
No.
I knew you wouldn't, and I don't mean to be picking on you. You're just too young to know. Chuck Yeager.
I don't even know who Chuck Yeager is.
Well, yeah, okay.
I don't remember either.
Okay, well,
I was
like 100.
Yeah.
I was 15 years old.
All right. So I work with some uninformed people here. I'm kidding. So anyhow, my favorite story about passion is Chuck Yeager, and Chuck Yeager was the first man to break the sound barrier in an airplane.
Oh, okay.
Now I feel like an idiot.
And this guy,
Man.
and this guy was a badass. Okay, like he crashed, and I forget one of the movies about flight and all that and the space program. They show Chuck Yeager.
It's Top Gun.
No, wasn't Top Gun. Okay, I'm going back several decades. Anyhow, like he was a badass. He crashed in the desert. Part of his face shield melted to his face.
Oh, wow.
So they send the rescue teams out to get him. And here he is just walking along, like, well, I kind of had a bad day today. I crashed trying to, anyhow, he's the first person that crashed the sound barrier. The point I was going to make is I read his biography, his autobiography quite a while back. And he said he could never understand how somebody could walk past an airplane and not want to fly it. Now, have you ever walked past an airplane and said, man, I wished I could fly that?
No.
Have you? No. Have you? No. Have I? No.
I see sports cars and I'm like, man, I want to drive that.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So that goes back to the passion. But when he's writing about it, he wasn't just kind of being frivolous about it. He was
real. He
was very real about it. Like, how can you walk past an airplane and not want to fly it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's awesome.
And so anyhow, I won't give you the whole diatribe on his history, but he was a very impressive guy and very, very passionate about what he did.
Man, I take it back. Actually, one thing I learned today is to get off TikTok and start reading books and biographies.
That's good. That's actually pretty good. I mean, you should. Yeah. I mean, because there's a lot more information on there, and that's for sure.
Yeah. So I would say kind of our passion is whether I'm at work or I'm in my social life, and whether I'm going over to friends' houses or family houses, I cannot walk into a bathroom without going, they need to get rid of these ratty cabinets. If I had my way, I'd rip these cabinets up and I would do this, that, or the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or this tub is horrible. I would take this and I would do this and expand that or whatever. I can't help it. I just think about it all the time.
That's how I think we all are that way.
I'm sure we're all like that.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Guys, we're going to finish up the episode there. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Today we talked about a lot of different things, mostly big bathroom remodels. That was the big majority of the podcast, and discovered some things about ourselves and hopefully helped you figure out some things as well. And every Thursday at 10 a.m., that's when you can see us. Please like, subscribe, and follow to continue to see more of us. And hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And if you're in Houston and you need a bathroom remodel, just reach out to Easy Bath. So that's who we are.
And that's for Zach.
Thanks for listening to the Easy Bath Podcast. Brought to you by a local team that believes remodeling should be personal, not corporate. We're proud to serve our community with real expertise. honest conversations, and designs that actually fit your life. For more inspiration, before and afters, and behind-the-scenes stories, visit us at easybath.com. Until next time, thanks for keeping it local.